All right, we are live. Just waiting a few moments for people to join in. And I've got a super duper big announcement. I can't believe 2020 is over. This year has it's felt like forever. I mean, obviously for a lot of people as well. I'm sure you know, this year has been super weird for a lot of people, and I hope people are holding up okay and had an okay year and was able to stay healthy. But now is the time of the year that finish line is in view, and this is where people start making their promises to get in shape. Right, I'm one of those people. Right when New Year's hits, it's kind of that mindset. I need to exercise. I need to lose weight. I'm not a heavyset guy, but I can get a little tummy every now and then. So this time of year, I kind of promise myself I need to go running and do it more consistently. So this is definitely the time of year where people are thinking of healthy choices, which probably lasts about a month. If you're a little more consistent, probably 2 months or so, and then all of a sudden we just revert back to our old ways, and we pick up that extra cookie, we stop exercising. So I've actually, and I don't know if people know this, but I've actually began to run for 3 months, and I felt amazing. And then I stopped for a couple of weeks. And so I want to hopefully, before I revert back to my the place where I started, hopefully I could pick up in a better position and kind of continue on, pick up the habit. I'm in New York. It's cold. So I don't know. I make excuses for that. But anyway, the new year is a perfect time to set goals and to figure out what you want to do different than the previous year. And so with that, I wanted to offer a suggestion. All right. Now, I threw this out a couple of months ago, and there was a great interest in what I'm about to announce here. And now I'm super excited because I would like to announce the launch of the Revealed Apologetics website. That's right, the Revealed Apologetics website. You can go to revealedapologetics.com right now, and the website is up. You could access the videos, the podcasts. I have a blog article up there right now, and we're going to be adding some more content weekly. And even more excitingly, a lot of people were very interested in this. I have now set up, you can sign up right now for Precept University, which is an online course where you can have me as your instructor, and I will walk you through the presuppositional method and how to use it in practical ways, right? And so if you go to revealedapologetics.com, there are a couple of things that you can do. And I'm going to share my screen here to show folks what the site looks like. If my mouse is no longer possessed by a demon, sometimes my technology just bugs out. But all right, I'm going to share my screen here, and you guys could let me know. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so this is, let me do full screen. You don't need to see my ugly face, right? All right, so this is the site. Okay, so again, if you go to revealedapologetics.com, I would highly encourage you to go all the way down to the bottom. There you go, and enter your name, your email, your first and your last name, and you'll get updates on new posts. I'm going to be spitting out a bunch of articles that are relevant to precept methodology and even like general apologetic stuff. So don't think I'm just focusing on that narrow application. I think apologetics should not only be focused on issues of methodology, but how to use it in practical ways. How do you speak to your family members? How do you speak to someone when you only have a couple of minutes? I mean, how can we apply a biblical defense of the faith in all different situations? And so I want to provide you guys with some articles that you guys can look through and study and things like that. Also, just as a side note, I am still writing my book, the Precept Answer book, and that is going along very well. It's going along very well. And so I'll definitely keep you guys updated as that progresses. But let's take a look. All right, so if you want to subscribe to the website, you can fill that out on the bottom there, and you'll get updates, things like that. You have the blog article here. You have access to the video library of all the past episodes that I've done. They're nice and organized there for you. And this is my favorite part here. Here we have what folks are saying. I've had the pleasure of interviewing all sorts of people. Here's my friend Braxton Hunter over at Trinity Radio, so kind to write these words of recommendation. Of course, we've had Dr. Vern Poythress on to talk about the Trinity, how the Trinity affects everything. Dr. James Anderson on to talk about transcendental arguments. Of course, Frank Turek and Dr. Scott Oliphant. So that's a pretty cool little, what people are saying about revealed apologetics. And so if you look up here, you have also the contact information here. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I'm actually, let me minimize this. There we go. All right. You might not know this, but I'm actually a public speaker. Okay. I've spoken in various contexts, churches, colleges. I was able to speak out in Texas, A&M International University at an apologetics conference. So I'm a speaker. You can call me and book me. That's like a thing, right? So, and if you want me to speak at a church, at an event, maybe an online event, go on the website, check out the website, and fill out the information here. Okay. Let me see here. And then we can set something up. So that's definitely something, if you're interested, that's something I do. So if you're wondering, hey, I'd like to get Eli to come out and do a workshop at my church or whatever, I'm available to do that. Okay. Here in the book section, we have some recommended books. They're linked straight to Amazon. And these are books that I highly recommend. I mean, these are great books if you want to learn about presuppositional apologetics. Of course, there's James White's The Forgotten Trinity, which obviously has great theological and apologetic import. And of course, you have a bunch of other books here as well that you guys can peruse and order if you don't have any of them. Okay, there's my favorite book. That's my favorite book right there, Van Til's Apologetic Readings and Analysis. So there's that. As I said before, you have the blog. Let's click on that. All right, we'll be adding more blogs. I'm doing some adjustments and tweaks to various parts of the website. Then you have access to the podcast. Of course, if you want to help Revealed Apologetics out financially, definitely all of this stuff. I mean, doing website stuff and subscriptions to things that help us tweak things and make things look a little better. It costs money. So if you're looking to support Revealed Apologetics financially, you can do that at the donate page. All right. So I'm going to go back here, clickety click. And here is what I'm super excited about. So if you see that there on the menu, Precept U, let's go there. So Precept U is a great way to learn biblical apologetics without the cost and time commitment of a seminary education. These courses will provide the student with the biblical, theological, and philosophical tools to effectively engage unbelievers with a winsome spirit and a strong apologetic defense of the Christian faith. And so you can sign up here. If you clicked, if you're interested, you can click, let's see here, boopity boop. Let's say RSVP. All right, so if you were to click down, so the first course that I'm going to be offering is an introduction to biblical apologetics. Okay, now real quick, I know a lot of people are either turned on or turned off by the terminology of introduction. If you're just starting in apologetics, the word introduction can be very comforting. Okay, and if you are a seasoned apologist, the word introduction can sound boring. But don't be fooled. The introduction to biblical apologetics, it is going to be practical. It is going to be informative, but we will be getting into some deep issues. We'll be speaking about metaphysics, epistemology, issues in philosophy, things like that. And of course, I'm going to do my best as an instructor to really take those concepts and bring them down to a level that you can understand and then apply or contextualize given your own situation, how you can use this information in your own apologetic encounters, okay? So that's the first course here. It's going to be a 5-week course, okay? And it will provide an overview and summary of the presuppositional apologetic methodology and how it is to be practically applied. Okay, and this course will begin on January 25th, 2021. It's so weird, 2021. When I think of 2021, just the number, where are all the flying cars? Right? I can't believe it's already 2021. But yeah, so January 25th is when the course will actually start. And here are the costs. If folks want to sign up there, and you really want to pay attention to this, because there are two packages that someone could sign up for. Okay, and there's a difference between them. So you want to make sure you read this or you listen to this carefully. Okay, so we have a basic course, the basic kind of package deal, which is going to be priced at $74.99. Okay, and what this is going to include is the 5 lectures for the 5 weeks, the PowerPoint notes that I will be using, and outlines. So you'll get the notes, the 5-week lectures. That's going to be the basic the basic package. Okay, and you can work on your at your own pace there. Okay, with regards to the premium course, this is going to be priced at $99.99. And it includes everything of the basic package with one extra added feature. And this is a weekly Zoom meeting with myself. Okay, so those who sign up for the premium package will be able to meet with me once a week to unpack and go deeper into the concepts that are taught throughout the lectures. This is going to be the opportunity where you guys get to shower me with all of your questions and comments, and perhaps we could even do some role play so that we can practice how to use some of the things you're learning in real life situations. So the premium course, definitely priced more than the basic course, but you get that extra added kind of personal interaction there, which I think will create for a good experience for those who want to go a little deeper. Just real quick, let me just remove this real quick. Here we go. For the premium package, those who want to have that personal interaction weekly, there are only 20 slots. Okay, so the goal is going to be I don't want so many people signing up for premium. Well, I do. I mean, that would be helpful. But if there are too many who sign up for the premium package, then the Zoom situation is just going to be too I'm not going to be able to manage it. Okay. So those who are wanting to go a little deeper, I think 20 on a Zoom screen would be good, so that I can interact with you guys without allowing you guys to, without letting anyone get lost in the mix. You know, if we have a whole bunch of people, you know, you're going to have people hiding on the second or third screen, won't be able to really interact. And so I don't want that to happen. Okay. So with that said, if there are any questions about any of the course information, what it's going to be like, the details, you can ask them in your comments, and I'll take a few moments to go through the comments. All right. So if you want to take a moment, if you have any questions and you're kind of perusing around the website there and you find something interesting, you could ask your question and I'll take them in just a few moments. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Okay. You can see me as a person who's really, really concerned with priorities. Okay. Now, this is important. All right. I kind of joked around before that during the, right before New Year's, we make resolutions to stay in shape. Okay. And I don't want to be cliche, but being in spiritual shape is vitally important. And if not, it's more important than being, physically fit, running to the gym. And so if you are wondering, what should I do different this year? And what should I kind of, if you do make New Year's resolutions and you're asking yourself, well, what should I do different this year? Really consider signing up for a class. Okay. You'll learn how to defend the Christian faith and how to apply that. And hopefully it will be able to equip you to be effective in the particular context that God has placed you. And I think that is a noble task. And hey, if you're not interested in Precept U, sign up for something else. Learn something. Be intentional about learning. Be passionate about the truth of the gospel and train yourself, or allow yourself to be trained by others to effectively proclaim the truth of Jesus Christ and be able to defend it. Okay. So however you do that, whether it's signing up with Precept U or some other program, I do highly recommend that in this upcoming new year, one of your goals is to exercise the muscle of your mind. Okay. I want to encourage you there. I'm very passionate about this stuff, as you guys know, if you follow the channel. If Christianity's true, that's awesome. We believe the Bible is true. The Bible is the word of God. The world that we exist has been created by God. He has expressed his love for us in the person of Jesus Christ. He's given us a revelation. That means this life is interesting. It's not just we are born, we live, and we die. There's so much more to experience in a world in which we are created we created in the image of God. And so I'm so excited about the truth of the Bible that when I teach this stuff, I want others to get excited. I don't think that the learning process should be a boring kind of, you're listening to someone just talk and whatever. I hope that the crazy excitement that I have will kind of spill over into your life. If hopefully that's something that will happen, whether it's you just following the YouTube channel or if you sign up for the class. I want you guys to get excited about learning and exploring the Christian faith and finding ways to defend it effectively and biblically. Okay, so I want to encourage you guys there. So again, revealedapologetics.com is live right now. You can go and sign up for Precept U. The first 20 people to sign up for the premium, then that's closed. And then the basic is open to as many people who are interested, who just want to go at their own pace and listen to the lectures and things like that. Okay, so with that said, let me look in the comments here, and I'm happy that people seem happy to find out that this is actually happening. Hey, listen, I've never had a website before. I've never done online courses before, but I am a teacher by trade. I've taught for over 10 years. I've taught apologetics, theology. I grew up in church. As you guys know, I've engaged in debates and discussions and things like that. And I think as an instructor, I have a lot to offer you. Now, of course, if you have other means by getting this information, great. But what God has gifted me with, I want to be sure that I'm using the giftings that God has given me. And so I do take this very seriously, and I'm very passionate about it. So, I just want to let you know that if you do sign up for the course, you'll be getting quality instruction. I love to teach. I love to see people learn. I won't be able to see that with the people who just sign up to get the lectures, but those who are going to be meeting with me through the Zoom, I just love to see people's faces when something clicks. All right, that's something that I take great joy in. So I'm looking forward to being able to instruct whoever signs up and joins in the classes. So, all right, well, let me go up to the top here. Okay, I have a student of mine. Hello, Glassstein. How are you doing? Let's see here. I have a couple of questions here. Catherine from Canada. Okay, very good. Canada or the territory? Yukon Territory, Canada? I don't know. Okay, not sure. We have a couple of woohoos, which is awesome. Good. Let's see. We had a couple of questions here. Yeah. And by the way, we will be making tweaks to the website. So if anyone goes to the website and notices something off, I do take criticism very well. Okay. So you could always email me at revealedapologetics@gmail.com, and we'll make sure to update as we go along. All right. Let's see here. Where are the flying cars? Right? Where are the flying cars? My goodness. I remember, complete side issue. I remember being in second grade. I took a test. And I handed in my test, and I began to daydream out the window. It was 1992 or something like that. I don't remember. It was in the early 90s. And I'm on there, my goodness, in just a few years, it's going to be year 2000, the future. And you have this conception of what the future is going to be like. And then again, where are the flying cars? It was still, actually, there is a flying car out there, but it's not as cool as it looks in the movies. But all right. Anyway, let's go here. Flying cars. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so here's a question. So how many students will be able to be in a class? Well, again, if you have the basic package, okay, you will be sent the audio lectures and then work at your own pace. So that can be as many people. You won't be in a class. You will be listening to the lectures on your own time, following through with the material. You'll have the outlines and the PowerPoint information. So that's going to be kind of a self-paced work through the content. Okay. So that, it could be if a billion people sign up, right? Then, there's a billion students, right? If 20 people sign up, it's 20 students. So if 30 people sign up, that's 30 students, because it's self-contained. You get the content, and there you can work at your own pace. For the premium package, only 20 people can sign up, only because, as you know, and this is in line with good theological thinking, I, Eli Ayala, am not omnipresent, right? I'm not everywhere at once. I'm just one person. And so 20 people who will actually have access to that Zoom class once a week with me, I think 20 is a good amount, so that I could manage the people and interact with everyone in an even-handed way, as opposed to having such a large group where Some people might not be able to have their questions answered. You know how discussions go. Sometimes we'll get on a topic and it'll occupy a large portion of the time. I want to have the right amount of students that they'll have the opportunity to ask their questions and interact a little bit. Okay, so for now, it's 20. I was speaking over with my wife. Maybe we'll broaden the premium. We'll see. I'm not sure how quickly it'll fill up. If people are saying, hey, I really want to do the premium package, we'll consider opening it up for a couple of more people who want to sign up. But we'll see. But I hope that answers the question here. All right, let's see here. Okay, here we go. That's a good question here. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Hunter Hobgood asks, will your class members contribute to your book in any way? Behind the scenes, sneak peeks, unpaid proofreading, labor, etc. Well, I do have a couple of sections of my book already written. So you know what? That actually might be something I might think about. Definitely, if not in this first course, maybe in the future. But maybe, and you may indirectly contribute, because if we have fruitful, I mean, say you sign up for the premium package, right? And we're in our Zoom meetings. If you bring up some really great questions and great points, that might actually inspire me to add something that's discussed in the class to the book. Okay. And so, yeah, in a way you could contribute to the book in some way. I hope that makes sense. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let's go. Start. Okay, so Stephen asks, what level will this start at? Well, I'm not sure what you mean by level. Do you mean like from, maybe Stephen could type in and clarify. Do you mean, is it for like beginners versus more advanced? If that's what you're asking, the answer is, so you have beginner and you have advanced. I'm looking to shoot somewhere in the middle. Okay, so we're not going to be saying, hey, welcome to Introduction to Biblical Apologetics, and then just kind of go very shallow through the issues. No, like I said before, we are going to be getting into issues of metaphysics, epistemology, ethics, how to build worldviews, how to deconstruct worldviews. Okay, so folks will be learning a lot of terminology, and then we're gonna talk about how to contextualize those philosophical, theological, and biblical concepts that we discuss. How to contextualize that given our specific situation. How do I take discussions of worldviews, epistemology, and metaphysics, take that to the street? How do I talk about those things without using those words? Right. So when I'm thinking like epistemology, one's theory of knowledge, right? One's theory of knowledge. So when we talk about epistemology, we're dealing with questions of how do we know what we know? How is knowledge gained? Is knowledge gained through sense experience? Is knowledge gained through intuition? Is knowledge gained through, revelation, right? We're going to be talking about the ins and outs of a philosophical system of thought. Okay. So on the one hand, it is introductory, but it is not introductory in the sense that, well, this is kind of just like, well, this is whatever, this will be challenging. Okay. And so those who sign up for the premium, they'll be able to ask some of those deeper questions as well, where we'll go even deeper. So even our live discussion might actually go deeper than the content in the lecture. So that depends on how interactive folks are going to be. Okay. Because it's different depending on, if you're signing up for the course, that means you're interested in this stuff. You're willing to pay money to sit in a 5-week, class to talk about these issues. So I would imagine those who sign up will not just sit there looking at me in the screen while I'm talking, right? If that's the case, would you, why don't you just watch the YouTube channel if you just want to sit there and watch someone talk? But if you're going to be joining in the live, the Zoom discussions, hopefully I'm looking forward to some in-depth interaction, questions, and discussions. And so that definitely will add that extra depth if you don't feel like you're getting it in the course itself. Okay, so hope that makes sense. Now, someone is saying, I'm not sure if you tackled my first question, but how long will the individual classes last? Oh, good. That's a good question. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so the course themselves, so like say you're sitting in a course, the first course, I'm shooting for an hour or a little more. So an hour to an hour and 15. So it'll be in depth. There's going to be a lot of information that's going to be covered. But again, you're able to watch the videos at your own pace. The notes will be given to you as well, so that you're not looking at the screen and then going down and writing down. I mean, you have the PowerPoints available, so you can look through the PowerPoints as well. And that, I think, will be a good complement to the information that you're learning. You can pay attention and then go back to those other resources and kind of have it laid out for you and reflect upon it some more, and even add your own thoughts to the things that are laid out there. Okay. So again, I hope that answers the question. All right. I think an hour and 15 minutes is a solid amount of time to get some good content there. All right. We have Kyperian Berean says, Revealed Apologetics, would you consider changing the book name from the Precept Answer Book to the Van Tillian Answer Book for the reason of the criticisms that K. Oliphant has with the label? No, I agree with Dr. Oliphant that covenantal apologetics is probably a better name for the methodology, because what Dr. Oliphant does in kind of trying to emphasize that nomenclature, that name, covenantal apologetics, he tries to place the methodology where it belongs, namely within the context of Scripture and the context of covenant and those who are covenant keepers and covenant breakers. It kind of puts all these things in its proper biblical categories. However, with regards to the name, presuppositional apologetics has been out there so long that it's probably not going to be the case that covenantal apologetics will overtake the title of presuppositional apologetics. For me, I don't mind calling it presuppositional apologetics as long as you define what a presupposition is. Dr. Oliphant is spot on when he says that the term presuppositional is ambiguous. But I mean, if you are defining your terms and say, hey, I'm a presuppositionalist, and by presuppositionalist, here's what I mean. And you can just lay out what Van Til, defined as a presupposition and make it, make the proper distinctions and things like that. So, so Scott Terry says here, everyone out there already has an idea of what precept is, and that's true. And so the name, for better or for worse, is probably going to stick. Okay, so All right, so with that said, I'm going to kind of scroll, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, if any more questions, you guys can still send them in. Let me see. We offer discounts at any time. Here we go. Here's a quote. Glasstein's asking, will you offer any discounts at any time for those who can't afford the normal package and or premium package? At some point we will. I mean, we're just launching. So I want to see how things go first time around, and perhaps that'll be something that we'll think about in the future. We'll probably have to think about that a little bit because, fine. Hey, that stimulus package is coming, right? So it might be a good way to put that stimulus package to good use. I'm just kidding. But seriously, you totally could use. I'm totally joking. All right. I'm just messing around. But that's something that we can think about in the future there. Let's see here. Catherine says, yes, for the new year, I want to learn more about the Bible. Yes, very good. Yeah. And here's the thing with presuppositional apologetics. What I like to think in terms of here, take a look at the name of my website. Okay. Revealed Apologetics. Revealed Apologetics is just another word, another phrase to capture what I believe about apologetics, namely that it is a biblical discipline, right? So when we learn about the Bible, when we take the biblical worldview, apologetics is simply an application of biblical truth to the specific area of unbelief. And I think that's very, very important, okay? You don't have to take an apologetics course to learn more about the Bible, but definitely learning about apologetics allows you to draw upon that entire system of Christian thought that's grounded in Scripture and apply it in various ways. So taking a course like this might be helpful and inspire you to be more familiar with the Christian system as it's revealed in Scripture. But absolutely, yes. If you don't take the course or whatever you plan on doing for the new year, reading your Bible is definitely something that you want to make sure you are on top of it. This is it. This is what it's all about right here. Okay. I'll give it away. What Bible do I use? Everyone's asking me. Yes, I use the MacArthur Study Bible. I have a bunch of other Bibles too. Let me see what other Bibles I have. I have this ginormous monstrosity. This is a giant leather-bound and leather-strapped ESV study Bible, which is pretty good. So yeah, you definitely want to. I mean, how bad of an apologist would I be if I encourage you to read apologetics and do apologetics without reading your Bible, right? You guys have heard me say this before. We want to be very careful that we are not guilty of the of reading books about apologetics, okay, more than the Bible itself. Okay, so we want to be very careful with that. So thank you, Catherine. That's right. So if you want to learn about the Bible, that's something we all should strive to do in this upcoming year. Okay. All right. Someone is asking, do I know when my book will be published? Answer, no. It's going to depend on how quickly things move. Then I want to get it proofread. And there's going to have to be some editing and things. So I'm not sure. Remember, I've never written a book before, so I don't know exactly how long this whole process takes. But I have 3 kids. I'm married. I'm a youth director. I'm a teacher. So it's an issue of finding the time to make sure that I can dedicate and move at a steady pace. So as I get closer to the end of the process, I definitely will keep people, updated. All right. So good question. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Graham Dugas asks, you have to, or maybe he's saying, you have to define what covenantal apologetics means as well. Either way, you're going to spend the same amount of time defining your methodology. Okay. Yeah. I definitely want to define our terms. That's going to be a given in interactions on apologetics, theology. You always want to define our terms. So thank you for that. All right, Melissa is asking, when you do the Zoom classes, will you also be on YouTube at the same time streaming live for those who cannot do the premium package? Well, the Zoom classes are for the premium, is for those who sign up for the premium. So those Zoom classes will not be available for those who have the basic package. So if the people who are doing the basic package want access to those Zoom videos, then they're going to have to sign up for the premium package. I will be trying to record the Zoom videos so that can be accessible later on. Maybe I'll release them at a later time. But as they're signing up for the course, those Zoom classes will be for those who are in the taking the premium package. Okay, because those are actually live interactions. I'll be there instructing you guys and talking with you guys. So that'll be the extra feature that is not available in the basic. Okay. And again, it adds that more in-depth touch to just listening to the courses. But again, you can learn a lot just by if you do the basic course. I mean, the lectures are going to be the same for the people in the premium course. You're going to get the same content, but the premium gives you that more in-depth kind of personal interaction where we can talk a little bit deeper about the stuff that is covered in the courses. Okay. All right. Let's see. Scott says, anyone taking the class will be called Ayala's Ballas. Okay. All right. That's right. Okay. That's an interesting little nickname there. But all right. Well, that is my big announcement. I mean, I'm excited. Again, this is the first time doing this. Definitely not my first time teaching classes and things like that. But never had a website, never did this whole online thing. So I'm super excited. I hope folks are excited as well, excited enough to sign up. By signing up, not only are you getting good quality instruction in the defense of the faith, but you're also helping out the ministry as well. Because my dream, if I can say I have a dream, right? I would love to do this full time. That would be amazing if I were able to garner the support. But little by little, by God's grace and by God's will, we'll see how things work out. Here's another question here. A good question. Let's see here for what age. Okay, so karaoke and vlog with Max asks, for what age would this be for? There's no set age. I am a teacher. I've taught middle school, high school, Bible and apologetics. So the way that I teach, I always try to speak with content, but in a way that even a high school student can understand. So if you're in high school and you want to learn apologetics, this will still be sufficiently applicable to a high school student. I mean, let's take, for example, the three foundations of every worldview, as I mentioned before: metaphysics, epistemology, and ethics. Yeah, I teach that to my high school students. I've taught that to my high school students. I've spoken at churches where I use this information. Listen, apologetics is a command in Scripture for believers, whether you are young, a 10-year-old can do apologetics. Again, I might not use the same terminology for a 10-year-old, but they're able to do it. Kids are able to get a grasp on the basics of the Christian faith and be able to give reasons why they believe it to be true. Again, it's a different level of sophistication as you grow in your knowledge and understanding and things like that. But yeah, this would be available to middle school, high school students if they're interested. Definitely. Okay, so let's see here. So my wife is okay. There we go. The payment portion of signing up for the class is not completely set yet. Check back in a bit so we can finish setting it up. All right. Well, that's good to know. All right. So, but if you're so check back a little bit later for that. But definitely, I encourage you guys, and looking forward to having folks sign up, and even more so being able to interact with some of you in the Zoom classes. So that's my big announcement. I hope that I hope this all works out, and it scratches where people are itching. And this is something that I've been asked by multiple people. When are you going to do something like an online course or something like that? And so I'm super excited about this. Hopefully, it will be beneficial to those who make use of it. All right. Well, that's it for today. And I'm looking forward to our next live stream. I will be doing a very fun live stream in early January. We have not set a date yet, but many of you don't know this about me. Maybe you do. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. So I'm going to have two friends, some well-known apologist friends, and we're going to talk about Star Wars and apologetics. Mix them together. That's going to be amazing. So when I get a date for that, I'll let you guys know. And that's it for today. Thank you so much. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.